Hello, my friends. My name is Amanda with Amanda Panda Projects, and today I have a gorgeous little Cupid's heart Valentine. It's kind of like a shelf sitter. Could be hung above a door. Really, really cute decor made with digital deco designs because I love my DDD. This one is called, I think it's Cupid Amour number 4. I can definitely get you the link to this if you're on TikTok or Instagram. It's going to be in my bio. And if you're on Facebook, I can put the link to this print in the comments. And I just took this Dollar Tree heart and I painted the entire thing white. This was a Conversation Hearts from last year, I believe, but they have the hearts like this, you guys, every single year. Super easy to find. So I painted the whole thing white. I used chalk paint, but it doesn't matter if you use chalk or acrylic. And then I just traced the outline out onto my DDD print. DDD is Digital Deco Designs. I sized it down to about like 70%, I believe, in order to fit perfectly on this heart because I didn't want to lose too much of the actual cupids themselves. And then I just took my Mod Podge and I just decoupaged that rice paper right to the top of the print or top of the heart, smoothed it out with my brayer. And then you always want to make sure that you dry it first before you sand the edges or else it can rip really easily. So I just used my little gator sander and sanded all the edges, added some gold rub and buff. Now I had antique gold and gold leaf. I wasn't sure which color I liked better. To be honest with you, it could have went either way. So I tested them both out and ultimately I decided to go with the antique gold. It was just kind of like a little bit more of the look that I was going with. It kind of vibed more with the print. So I rubbed the entire edges with the antique gold rub and buff. Got that all rub and buffed up. And then this is also from Dollar Tree. It's just like one of those long decor boards. I thought that I was going to be able to pull the paper off, but I decided that was not going to happen. So I just flipped it over. And then I mixed together antique wax and black paint. Antique wax changed their formula along the way, and it's way more brown than it used to be. And for this particular project, I wanted it to be really dark. So I made it like, it almost looks black here, but it's not. It's like very dark brown. And I just put it all over the board, and then I wiped the excess off. It looks a little bit more painted than stained, but that's fine because that's kind of what I wanted. So I did do the back and the front. And then I'm going to do it chippy. So I took my candle wax and I just rubbed it all over the board. I wanted this to be like, I wanted a lot of the paint to chip off. It chipped a little bit different on the sides than on the front and back, but in the end, I think it turned out really, really good. So I just rubbed it all over, and then I took white chalk paint, and I did one, like a nice, good, solid coat right over the top of that wax. I'm not sure if I show it, but I did end up having to do like, it wasn't a second coat, but some of it you could like see through because it wasn't thick enough, so I just kind of went over those parts again. So I painted the entire thing, back, front, sides, and then used my paint scraper and chipped it. At first, I had a chunk of paint, dried paint on my scraper, which is why it was scraping like down in a line at first. And I was like, so I had to like clean my paint scraper off. And then it started to chip how I wanted it to. And I just kept doing this until it was as good as I liked. When I did the front and the back, I did the front way more chipped than the back because I wasn't sure what I was going to like better. So then I kind of had two options to work with. So see, this side is the less chipped side. And then I dirtied up all the edges with antique wax. I went really hard on like the corners. Then a little bit less on the top and the bottom. I just wanted that, how something would naturally get dirty, like right on the tips and the corners. And I did that to the front and I did it to the back and the sides. And then I kind of decided which one I wanted. I thought I was going to want this side, but then I flipped it over and I was like, nope, I want this side more. It's way more chipped, like I'd say twice as much. And so once I got that all dirtied up, I took my Be Mine. All I had was galvanized metal. You could use wood. I even thought about doing this with my Cricut, but I wasn't sure it was going to stick good. And I didn't know what color to use. I'm like, what color vinyl is going to look good with this? And in the end, I was like, nothing. So I decided to rust it up with my Rust Effect paste. I love this stuff, you guys. This looks like such a natural rust. It really does a good job. Like, took the cinnamon Mod Podge method and I'll never use it again now that I have this paste. So then I just stuck my heart with the hot glue onto the very front. And I had my rust. I used the brown and the orange. It comes with the yellow too, but I don't really like the yellow. I don't know. It gives a different look. And then after I got it all rusted, I decided it needed a little bit more of the orange to give it more rusty. And then I really liked how it looked here, but I wasn't sure if the letters, in person, the letters did stick out a lot more than on camera. But once I got them all glued down, I was like, you know what? Let's add some rub and buff to these letters. So I do that at the end. But first, I just took a little bit more of that antique wax mixture and I dirtied up all around my heart. I concentrated like right there on the corner, like the indentation on the heart, made the edges. I even did the back a little bit because you can kind of see the back depending on, I didn't want the back to be like stark white. And then here's where I decided to add a little bit. And I really love how this turned out. The letters look really neat. I added a little bit more of the antique gold rub and buff all over the letters. And they look awesome. They're like bronzed rust. It just looks really cool. See, it almost looks like splattered or something. And that's it. We are done, you guys. I freaking love how this turned out. I think it is gorgeous. Again, this is Digital Deco Designs. It's called Cupid Amour number 4. I'm happy to direct you to this print. It is so pretty, along with lots of our other new ones. I got it just sitting on my little entertainment stand here, and I love it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I would love you to share this video out there, and let me know, what are you making for Valentine's?